Hello, and welcome to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. For today, there are 6 normal 10-star quests that remain. And there might be more they can unlock later, but it's almost done, which is great. Black belt trigger, that's good. But I think I don't like Devil Joe, and it's a capture. Not ideal. Well, no, Diablos, and it's a capture. Not ideal. I don't like Devil Joe. It's kind of an HP sponge. Not ideal. Very off. Not ideal. I do like Brachydios, but it's a capture. Not ideal. I like this one. That's a fun monster. And this one's not bad either. So I'm going to start with... I think I'll start with Diablos. I'll get the 2 captures out of the way, dependent on my frustration with the first capture. As long as this first quest goes well, I will do the second capture quest. And I hope that it goes well and I don't forget and have to refight it. Twin-horned Diablos is an unnecessary descriptor to add, because I'm pretty sure within the game, pretty much all Diablos have 2 horns. Yes, you can break them, but you never encounter them pre-broken, as far as I'm aware. There is Monoblos, but that's not a Diablos. I guess it's probably... Oh, shoot. I forgot. I did actually craft paintballs. I do have them, but this item set needs 20 paintballs, not 4. Mostly because there's no reason to only have 4 at this stage. Well, that's not ideal. Whoop, got away. Nice and safe. Oh. Lucky. Well, actually, correct decision making, honestly, rather than lucky. It's completely, zero build up to it, but it's... Today I was thinking about how... Just dogs. I was thinking about how, dog sizes exist. And it's like... It was my first time seeing what I would describe as a medium-sized dog. I have to go lend a hand to walk a dog. And it was weird, because it sort of... There's to me, large, but not super large dogs, like German Shepherds, Huskies, the like. Those are large dogs. And there's small dogs like Chihuahuas, Dachshunds, or whatever her enunciation is the best. Dachshund, wiener dog, whatever. Small dogs. Then there's very big dogs, which is kind of a broad, yep, that was doomed. I was not putting my weapon away in time there. I'm doomed, yep. And I'm doomed. I don't think I could have actually done anything there. I genuinely don't think there was a single thing I could have done. And because of how early it is and the fact that it kills my food, I'm going to restart. But I'm going to continue because I was talking about dogs. Then, yes, small dogs, large dogs. Then there's very large dogs like not greyhounds, wolfhounds, Irish wolfhounds. and similar species. I might have been able to escape the stun. I just assumed that it would attack and not just stop right in front of me, which I shouldn't have assumed, but like Irish Greyhounds, Malamutes, those types of very large dogs are their own category. No food buff. Lovely. It's not the end of the world. It kind of defeats the purpose of resetting when I don't get the food buff, but I'm not going to reset to get the food buff again. But actually this is beneficial. I can take more paintballs and fix this. Now that's fixed at least. Terrible start to the day. Just couldn't dodge the first. I maybe could have rolled into it, but I might not have had the time for the first hit. The second hit, if I'd rolled into it and jumped, it might have been doable. But I think that one wasn't likely to work. I think I was comboed from the second and the third hit. It was rough. And I could have continued, but whatever. Yeah, big dogs. But then there's dogs that fit in the smaller than large dogs, but bigger than small dogs. It's just a category that really it probably falls into the... It probably groups with either large dogs or small dogs. But it's a size of dog, like... size of full-grown dog that I never knew existed. Which obviously these dogs run the gamut from tiny to big, so like it shouldn't surprise me. But it's just a weird scale that I just never seen a dog that size that was not like a puppy. Or, you know, not a puppy anymore, but like not still growing. Like, there's entire groups of dogs that are that scale that I just don't see very often. Probably because they're not the same, like... Yep, it just keeps turning. That was lucky. I don't like Diablos for this reason. It's just crazy fast. In a... these animations are shorter than they should be sort of way. Like that roar just moves fast. It's just weird. But it's kind of odd because I imagine they're just less common because like the large dog scale, like that spins way more than I expected. The large dog scale is like Labrador Retrievers, German Shepherds, etc. You know, they were bred for a specific reason, and those reasons, whatever variety there is between them, will result in them... I give up. It's not worth chasing because it's just going to spin like that. Like, whatever that reason is, that's the approximate scale that is presumably desired for, like, hunting and retrieving dead animals. That hitbox is bad. Or more... Well, the hitbox itself is actually probably accurate, but the fact that that hit in that way was kind of goofy. Greedy heal. But it worked because it was not a sped up animation. And because it was leaving. Nope, it wasn't leaving. It's just a slowpoke. And then the really small dogs that aren't just bred as showpieces. were bred because they needed to be that small to fit in what, like, rabbit burrows, fox dens, that type of stuff. So anything between that size and a large dog, there's less value in that. From a utilitarian dog perspective, is my assumption. And obviously, large versus very large, easier to feed something that's large instead of very large. So you don't want a dog that's too big for the purpose. Or too hard to manage, control, not have it attack people. Not a pit bull reference. There's actually... there's some, like, very fluffy breed of dog that is relatively renowned for being kind of dangerous. Can't remember what it is. Because it's just, I guess, hard to train and all that. Because in theory, if a dog is well trained, it's not gonna attack someone. I hate Diablos. This is worse than Tigrex. Because the movement feels so much less natural. Like, Tigrex's charge actually feels pretty natural compared to that. Like, that feels super questionable, the speed it moves. It's just my own assumption, but it's just... it really does feel unnatural how fast it's moving. Which isn't really fair because it's a video game, none of it's natural, but... it just doesn't feel right and it bugs me a lot. It's probably just they sped up the animation, but not everything scales the same way when stuff's moving. So it's moving faster, but it's, I don't know, stepping too often, not often enough. Maybe its gait isn't increased when it should be for the speed that it's moving. Like, I don't know. Or maybe its gait is increased too much. Like, there's a lot of things that might be why it feels so off to me. It doesn't help that it wastes a ton of time running back and forth, which is never fun. But Tigrex is, like, restricted to 3 times back and forth, I think. Pretty, like, absolutely restricted to 3 back and forths, which makes it less annoying. And it doesn't look artificially sped up. Obviously it's all artificial. But down and down. I could talk about dogs. I like dogs. I think dogs, very nice. Very fluffy, they're friendly. They can be friendly, they can be not friendly, obviously. And it's kind of impressive. The variety that exists. Even, obviously it's, you know, breeding them and all that. And a lot of stuff has been bred that's bad for the dogs, like. But that's generally, I wonder what, I don't know a ton about dogs. I just know, like, wiener dogs were less bad before they were bred specifically to become, like, even longer, shorter legs and stuff, which made it even worse for their backs. I don't know why shorter legs would make their backs worse. It could be other things while also shortening legs or something. I just know that for the, you know, intended fox burrows or whatever, I'm pretty sure they've changed since for the purpose of, like, dog shows. Kind of like pugs. That hit did not look right. Okay, I can never tell where I'm gonna land. Okay, this is a capture I need to not forget. Good heal, as always. It's interesting to me because I grew up with my parents had dogs basically always. Well, 1 to 2, depending on their age. When when one was getting old, they'd get another, and then they would hang out together for several years, and then I got like the first dog was like 17, very old dog. That was weird. But because of that, I guess I probably have always had a dog allergy, but I only learned after being away for more than several months that, yep, I probably do indeed have an allergy. I know for a long time I had a cat allergy, which is kind of a shame. I think I don't need a pet, but a cat would be fun. Is there... I don't know, cats are kind of interesting to me. Like, dogs have personalities, cats have personalities. Like, I imagine cats have different personalities than dogs. Or at least most cats, most dogs. I think there's corgis or Shiba Inu are very cat-like, apparently. That could just be that they're fussy or something. And that's just something I heard on the internet, which you can't really just trust it, so. Great choice. Oh, I don't think it is, but I really hope in Wilds the monsters don't clip their heads into walls and stuff like this. Because that is lame. Okay, I can sit here. I don't have any water to drink, though. I should probably fix that, but I'm not gonna have time. Okay, I'm gonna wait a minute, use a pitfall, and then I'll be all good. If it's asleep by now... Oh, it was moving. Oh good, it didn't notice me via magic. Good, 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 good. Easy trap. Very helpful capture quest. Non-frustrating capture quest. The best. Oops, I missed. But that hit its wing and that counted? I guess? Pretty lucky. Unless it let me capture the sleep state, but no, I hit it first. That was lucky. That was a good quest. The first attempt was pretty bad, but then the actual quest went very quickly. Still don't like Diablos, it just that speed up is wrong. I do like dogs though. My parents got a dog about a year ago. Very weird dog. Very... like, dogs that they have had in the past they were, I mean, actually the two most recent ones were both very energetic. One had a little bit of, like, they were uncomfortable around other dogs while on a leash. I don't know, I feel like we assumed it probably had something to do with where they were before, you know, the whole rescue process, whatever. Rescue, I don't know if rescue's the right word in this context, for that, in this context, but it's like from a humane society, non-dog, non-pet store. Yeah, I'll do this one. I think maybe it had something to do with what was up, wait, volcano, right? Whatever was up before she was there, but we never knew. But otherwise, energetic, food motivated. Dog before, energetic, food motivated. Their current dog, energetic, very nervous, so incredibly non-food motivated that it is weird to me. Because even, I mean, the only other comparison is like one of the first dog they had was old. By the time I, you know, knew them, they were already like, I think by the time I was in first grade, they were already going like blind. Or no, first grade, I think that's when they passed away. But like before then they were already blind and they were happy. But they were old. So I don't know if they were food motivated, but both the other dogs were so incredibly motivated by food. They would care about eating. And like, I assume wanting to eat food is the default for most dogs. Because hey, you gotta eat to live. So it's very weird to know that their dog genuinely will just not eat instantly. Which is just, it's like a whole unknown creature. Not eating their whole meal the moment it's put down, not, well, I think they've started to hassle them when it's dinner time, which is kind of good compared to not even eating it sometimes. They've gotten better. Like previous dogs would go out of their way to like try to steal food off a table if something's too close to the ground. They would eat it. If they found it, they would eat it. This dog, probably you could trust them with leaving food, probably in some degree of wrapper, but you could leave food at an accessible level for them. That was greedy. I forgot about that attack. And they wouldn't just eat it. Like, growing up, we never were able to do, I mean, Easter eggs are kind of a, I don't know, fun scavenger hunty thing. You can't put chocolate Easter eggs around a house with a dog in it, because the dog will eat them. They'll find them faster than the people, eat them, and then it's chocolate, so bad idea. But it still probably wouldn't be worth the risk, but their current dog probably, that was unlucky. If it actually been more aggressive there, it would have been safer. But it would probably be possible to put out eggs, chocolate eggs, and they would not hunt them down and eat them. And their dog would probably not eat crayons, where one of the dogs growing up would. If there were crayons, they would eat them. And they would eat stuff in, like, the wrap that it was in. Like an aunt's boyfriend? Husband? I don't remember. Had chocolate, or like protein bars with the chocolate in it or something. Ate that, wrap and all. They were fine. They didn't get sick. I don't think anything bad happened. It was a long time ago. Maybe they were moderately ill for a little bit, and I just don't remember. They were told, hey, they will get into any food, but they thought wrapped food would be fine, which was incorrect. It's not like, I kind of wonder if there are many dogs that aren't super obsessed with food and trying to eat at any chance they've got. That food motivation is useful. Like, you can take advantage of it if they run away sometimes. Because the whole, like, yelling treat to get them to come back does work if they're food motivated. Probably doesn't do much if they don't actually care about eating a treat. I don't think their dog has ever even tried to run away. Which is good. Probably because they're nervous and anxious. An anxious dog. Too anxious to try to run away. It actually was useful, but also I keep forgetting to remove that because I hate it. This is greedy, because it's also pointless, but... Oops, I didn't pay attention. It's not doing the linear attack. I'm kind of surprised. There's not many of the linear horn attack explosion stage thing. Maybe I'm just misremembering it. It doesn't actually even have the attack. I think it does. Oops, that was greedy. Like, having never had a cat, I always wonder if... Because I know, like, the concept of indoor-outdoor cats and how some people will let their cats out, and that's actually a big problem for bird populations. Or letting them roam, maybe more than letting them out. But it's just hard for me to picture the idea. Oh, there's a line attack. The idea of a cat, like, making a break for it when you open a door is hard to imagine. But it must happen, like, sometimes. Like cats that like the outdoors and want to be out there. So they obviously will make a break for it if given the chance. Like, I think most of the dogs growing up would try to run. Nope, that should have hit me. Like, they would not run. They wouldn't try to run away specifically, but they would try to explore. And in the process of exploring, if there was a way to get out, they would get out if there wasn't if they weren't connected to a leash tied in the back when they were let out. I mean, fences work to a point. It's weird to think of Brachydios as a carnivore. Ooh. Powerful squat. Just like the boxer he is. Gotta keep building all the muscles. Oh, like an MMA version of... Oh, that went further than I thought. Wow. An MMA version of Brachydios where it kicked you? With like drop kicks and stuff? I think that could be funny. And not even just funny, but like an interesting variant of a fight. Or design of a monster. It wouldn't be Brachydios anymore, but... Nope. Nice. I need to keep in mind that this is a capture. So I need to be careful, I think, about now. Oh, fake out. I got faked out by the boxer. Oh, good try. Now it feels really close for some reason. I don't know, the flinching makes it feel like it should be a lower HP than it maybe is. 2-part breaks. Ooh, that's pretty quality that it didn't hit me, but by the standards of the hitboxes in this game, I think that should have hit me. By the standard of most hitboxes in this game. That was dumb. But not actually a problem. They're right beside... Wait! The Vase of Vitality either doesn't clear Blast or it doesn't clear Blast on Palicos. That's really funny. That's hilarious. Like, why would it not... I mean, obviously it's because it's only programmed to apply to the hunter, because who needs it to hit their Palico, because the Palico won't intentionally walk over it. But... Okay, is it still there? Okay, give me a blast attack that I can walk through. Come on. Not this far away, though. Perfect. Yeah! Cool! It doesn't apply to Palicos for some reason. And that reason is it's only coded to apply to hunters, but... And maybe prowlers? And that feels like a minor, like, oversight, as opposed to an intentional choice. You know what? Don't waste stakes. Stakes are a pain to make. Not difficult, just a pain. It's... that's questionable. It shouldn't be that far away. But magic is about why it happens. Yeah. I don't know. Oh. Yep. Unfortunate roar. That was lucky. Like, I don't think this... I think pets are fine. Like, pet breeding is... I mean, it's not something I don't have deep knowledge about, but it's definitely more... much more debatable in my mind. Well, debatable is a way of saying probably not good, I just don't know a lot about it. Beyond the fact that puppy mills and stuff that are equivalent to that are pretty terrible. There's a certain... I don't know, like... if people didn't, in some context, breed dogs, then they might go extinct. At least some groups of dogs might go extinct. Like, it can breed in the wild, but... and by wild, I mean, I don't know, if they're kind of feral and just living in cities and rural places where they probably shouldn't be because they're a domesticated species. It's not a topic that I think is interesting as anything other than maybe a debate, but I'm not a debater. But, you know who are debaters, but not really? Comedians who go onto the CBC radio show, The Debaters, on Saturdays? I don't know, I haven't heard it in years. It's a funnish radio show. Because it's not very serious, is the big thing. They debate, like... they've done it for at least... definitely over a decade. Probably between... could even be more than 2 decades. It's always fun to hear it randomly pop up on like a Saturday, just because the radio's running in a car. I don't know if it's national though. I assume it's national, but given that they're always in some location, I think they're pretty much always in a Canadian location. And that Canadian location is not in any... I think it's across the country. And I don't really... yeah, magic. I mean, it dug there at least, but... The Debaters with Steve Patterson. I think... like... radio going out of style maybe is kind of sad. Just because it's all like scripted and all that, but there's something more interesting to me about stuff randomly that are able to randomly appear at like consistent times. Yeah, CBC Radio 1, I think, is nationwide. Local and national programming, so it does change based on where you are, probably, but... it's... a fun show to hear. I guess it qualifies as a panel game show. 2006. It's been almost 20 years. Hmm. ...2006. Yeah, like radio shows always on at the same time. It's different than like a streamed piece of content. Which I think streamed content can release at specific times, but... Yeah, I'll go with Shikaru. Arena Quest. Hopefully shouldn't take more than 20 minutes. It's sort of, like, I hate, you know, ads and all that. I hope I ate. Like, ads are awful. They're a waste of time. But at least for me, having not watched, like, TV in a long time, it's kind of... I miss the, like, relatively high-quality ads. Like, because a lot of effort goes into some ads. Not most, but... it's kind of... I mean, they probably still make a lot of good ads, honestly. Like, good ad is a weird way to put it, but... like, some ads are fun to watch just because they're funny. Because they're well thought out. Like, I don't know. The first few Old Spice commercials that I would have seen were pretty fun. Mostly because it was relatively novel. At least novel to me when I would have first seen it, whenever that would have been. If Old Spice is the correct name for the deodorant company. It didn't really work as advertising to me, because it didn't make me be like, oh yeah, I gotta buy this. But, I mean, honestly, I think those are the best ads. Oh, it turned. That was unexpected. Like, personally, if an ad is fun and doesn't make me want to buy it, which I don't think there's any ads that are like, oh yeah, I gotta buy this. But like, that's, I think, maybe that's even the ideal ad for ad companies. Like, it adds some amount of goodwill just because, oh, they're fun. It's like, if you're making a decision between product A and B, and the decision is just which of the two, not are you going to buy anything at all, then having positive opinions of product A and no positive opinions of product B, and everything else is the same, you'll buy product A. Which I don't know, I think that's also like the least manipulative marketing. Where the end point, it might not be the intention, it's still manipulative, obviously. The whole goal is to get you to buy stuff. But at least compared to our body spray will get you all the girls in your, I don't know, middle school. I don't know what Axe is marketed towards, or was marketed towards. Middle schoolers is what I assumed. Though middle school's what, grade 6 to 9, grade 5 to 9 sort of range? I really don't know. You know, I should focus on the horns. Like, it's more fun when the advertising is, yep, this is not kind of, like, it's just sort of silly. I don't know. Like, what, Captain Morgan probably is trying to be like, make it seem cool. But it was mostly just funny to me. Just a random captain guy trying to be cool? The Dos Equis. Sticks in the brain very effectively. Doesn't make me want to drink it. Just, it's in the head. Which means that if I'm in the market for... I don't even know what it is. I'm assuming it's a beer. But like, I don't know if it's some regional beer, some attempt at pretending to be a regional style of beer. It's not gonna be beer. I guess it is. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's Dos Equis is the line. But I'm not actually. It's not quite memorable enough. Just the general passage of it. Then there's the Swiffer wet jet commercials, where it's funny because the mop is a jilted lover that was replaced by the Swiffer wet jet living in the attic. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, I didn't bring... Oh, I did bring max potion. They're just in a weird spot. Oh, they're in a weird spot because I got supplies for this quest, which is weird. Like, that ad campaign for the Swiffer wet jet would have never made me buy a Swiffer wet jet. But it entertained me, so I at least have a slightly positive opinion of the brand. Yep. Oh, that's unlucky. That was okay, that worked out perfectly. It seemed unlucky, but it exploded just in time. I need to eat. Good thing I have rations. You know, I should use the first aid meds. Nope, that was unlucky. I almost walked into that because I couldn't see. Oop, that was very close. Which, in the vein of advertising, it's sort of like New York Times bestseller, where I've heard it's basically just the publishers just buy up a ton of the books that they're selling themselves to put it on the list sometimes. I don't know if that's actually true or if that's an urban myth or an urban legend. But it's just fun, the type of advertising that at least to me feels ineffective, but it obviously is effective because, well, no. You can't say it's obviously effective because people are still doing it, because there's stuff that isn't effective that people still do. But I'm fairly confident that in the world of advertising, if they still do something, it's probably for at least a reasonably good reason. There might be better ways to do it, but at least it fulfills its purpose, even if it's not the best way to fulfill that purpose. Good, I was hoping it wouldn't do damage and it didn't. I actually need to get hit by an attack to get the free affinity boost. Not that type of attack, though. Nor that type. But I can't afford to get hit now because I'll die. I do like that this is a real rock. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay. See, I don't know if I've seen a fun ad in the last... I haven't seen many ads in the last 5 or 8 ish years. I don't know if I've seen any that were fun, which is kind of sad. Good, I got hit by the frenzy. Oops, that was funny. Oop, close. Close for comfort, yep. Oh, that's not good. I got away. Or I got hit and it doesn't do damage and it just applies frenzy. That would be good to know. I'm gonna do one Nullberry. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't think ads on streaming platforms are a good idea. I mean, I do understand cheaper rate plans with ads in it. It has potential to not be a terrible thing when not combined with raising prices at the same time to make it so that you pay the same and get worse service and stuff, but okay, put it away. Ooh, I almost got away. I didn't get quite far enough. Ooh, this is bad. Yes. Because there was no way I was getting out of that. Yep, unfortunate combo. There was no way I was going to get out of that. Without stun immunity, yeah, that was impossible. That's fine. The hunt's basically over though, I think. How many rations do I have? One? Not enough. It's fine. Sharpen. If it's one hit from death, that would be funny. It probably isn't, but I would laugh. Not with much energy, but I would laugh. Ooh, the rock finally broke. Good. Not one hit from death. A couple hits from a mount, which would have been nice. Yeah, it's gonna... Like, advertising and scraping the internet for metrics on people is creepy. I do think it's still quite impressive. It's awful, but like... Stuff like the atomic bomb is impressive, but awful. I think it's gonna... It's just kind of crazy how it has evolved. Buying up all the data on everyone and using that to target ads and stuff. It's not the same as generic ads that are weird. Like you're watching some American TV because they can advertise medications on TV, which is very weird to me. The idea of, oh yeah, just talk to your doctor about XYZ medication. Just... I don't know if it's done at all in Canada. It might be somewhere. It might even be done more. It just might be more limited. Where the any American TV stuff, like, oh, you're in America for a little bit. You see whatever on TV. Ooh, +5 vault. -5 sheathing, though. Actually, but +5 vault, +5 sheathing would be pretty nice. But you see, like, ads that are prompting people to talk to their doctor to get prescribed a medication. I think it's prescription medication. If it isn't prescription medication, it's still weird. Actually, no, there's definitely ads for like allergy medication in Canada. Like Aleve? Probably. The name sticks in my head and it's probably because it's been advertised into my brain. 3 quests left. This will take a long time, this will take a while probably, and this one will also take a little while. But 3 left and I'll be done with the non-advanced village quests. And I don't want to abandon the advanced village quests, but they just seem like such a pain. Just overinflated stats is kind of out of place. But I'll still probably try them again before I give up. But that was a lot of quests for today. It's been a while since I've done 3 in one. Because they all, well, the Diablos one wasted a few minutes at the start, but considering that even, it's kind of even more surprising. Yeah, that was a good day. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.